Yeah, Julia, I think you have touched upon some really important aspects of growing up in life. And it is very important that what you mentioned right now, that opportunities come up. And it's really who you have to kind of have very keen eye to understand, what really works out for you. And you also mentioned something very beautiful, which was about intuition. It's all about, fine tuning that intuition along the way as you keep on going on. It's only once, you keep making this decision, that's when your intuitions also start getting stronger, because you know that, probably at this stage you knew that this decision was not good for you, but you just took it up because of some xyz reason, and it did not work out for you. So you start believing more in yourself, and you start seeing that why it is so important to believe in what you want to do in life. So stemming from here, I like to kind of touch upon what you're doing at present, and also sort of delve deep into understanding that how did you take your first steps in being in these amazing roles that you're playing right now, if you could take us through what really went into being what you are right now, and even running an amazing charity out here.
Well, there's so much to talk about. I don't even know if we have all the time for this,
Let's
but I will say,
But I was just saying, let's say
sorry, keep
if
going.
if you have like a top three, if you want to take us to the top three highlights of the first steps that you took to be where you are, that would be amazing for our listeners to know.
Like I said, everything kind of when it comes, I look at the opportunity and I see whether I'm going to go this way or another way, and I try to navigate this way. I remember I wanted to get my first IT job, but I didn't really know how to go about it. At that time, I did not have qualifications in the IT, and but I really, really wanted it. And at around the same time, I came across, not by chance, some people will say, and some people will say it was brought to me. I came across a gentleman named Brian Tracy. Some people who are my age may remember him. Some people will have to Google him. He wrote one of his books, was called Maximum Achievement.
Right.
And I read that book. And I read it and it inspired me so much that I decided that I'm going to go for an interview for an IT position. And I went for an interview and I actually applied the techniques from the book. Not only I got the job, which was a shock to me because I had
Incredible.
no experience and I was very upfront. Not only I got the job, I actually got the pay that I asked for, which was a lot more than I was getting, and actually deep inside a lot more than I thought I was worth for no experienced girl.
Wow.
So I think that things like that, it's not even just the people that surround you, but it's the books that you surround yourself. It's the messages that you take. It's the messages that you use. So this was my first entry into the IT. I loved it, and I decided to do the studies, and then opportunities started to appear. So there is a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yes.
So it's the same thing for other things in life as well. So when you're ready, these things appear, and somehow you get these messages, and you get a contact, and you get an understanding or an insight of something. And you wake up in the morning with some idea that was planted in you, and then you're ready for the next step, and then you can see your next step very, very clearly. So that was the IT industry. I'm also in the aesthetic industry, which I wanted to do it from a very young age. At 5, I was stretching out the wrinkles on my uncle's face. At 5, I was giving him a massage on his forehead, and he would wake up and he would do this again. And I'm like, Uncle, you've got the wrinkle again. And he's like, oh, you're going to have to massage it out of me again. And so it went on. So I wanted to work with skin really from a very, very young age. I really was very very drawn to the industry. But my father said, go to university, get a real job, and I did. And that was amazing. But then I've decided that I really want to try to do what I wanted to do for so long. And I've
Very
decided
nice.
to work for myself in the aesthetic industries. That was a huge risk. Was a huge risk at that time. Mortgages were obviously different, and interest rates were different too. But I took out an extra mortgage on, or I took out everything that we basically paid out of our mortgage to buy equipment and to have this $10,000 marketing budget that I had, which I blew completely in the first few weeks on radio advertising. So,
Incredible.
but it worked. It worked. It worked. I was very fortunate. I was very blessed. And I still, funny enough, have my clients from all those years ago. I'm not going to say how many years because then you're going